A leak from inside the National Crime Agency threatened to compromise the Encrochat investigation that went on to help catch scores of Scottish criminals. A mole inside the UK's answer to the FBI alerted gang members to the ongoing hacking of the encrypted phone network used by gangsters. The breakthrough moment in catching those involved in organised crime came in 2020, when forces from Holland and France managed to infiltrate the encrypted devices used by thousands of criminals across Europe. Encrochat expert Peter Sommer explains how they did it.
Instead of trying to get into the phones directly, which has proved more or less impossible, what they did was they looked at the server, the computer that was actually running everything. They got a copy of that. They bought themselves some covert phones, worked out how everything was supposed to operate. And what they then said was, well, these phones seem to have the same sort of facility for updating and changing things that regular phones do. Let us craft an update which actually weakens the encryption so that we can download the messages and decrypt them.
Unbeknown to users, the plots they were hatching using the network were being watched by investigators for months. Information involving criminals was gathered and shared with UK agencies, including Police Scotland, who pored over the biggest ever haul of evidence the force had ever seen. But as detectives swept up millions of incriminating messages, the NCA discovered a series of alarming notes shared between gangsters, with one claiming a cop had told him the phones were no longer safe from law enforcement. And the NCA chiefs have now revealed in deeper detail about the moment they realised that ongoing investigations into drug smuggling, gun running and murder plots could be scuppered as the result of a leak. Matt Horn, Gold Commander at the National Crime Agency, told how alarm bells started ringing when they realised texts between hoods included specific info about a secret investigation that must have come from an insider. He revealed, "What is deeply worrying here is the specific information about the 48-hour delay and the fact that we are prioritising the recovery of firearms. For me, those two factors really do give me a sense that this is a genuine leak and that this is an absolute threat to the operation going forward. My biggest fear was that this was the end of the entire operation globally, with all the partners that were involved in it. The tensions were high." He added, "Immediately all these devices could be chucked in the river, chucked in the sea, destroyed. Operations around the world could be stopped in their tracks." Among the most high-profile gangsters caught up in the sting was Jimmy Iceman Stevenson, who used the handle Big Tasty when running his multi-million-pound drug racket. He is currently serving 16 years for importing cocaine and bananas from Ecuador and running a Breaking Bad-style street Valium factory. Messages he shared via Encrochat played a big part in helping bring him and hundreds of other gangsters to justice.
If you were a police officer, you'd see this stuff and say it was absolute gold dust, because once you're sort of broken a little bit into the slang, drug dealers have their own sort of slang as well. It was pretty easy to break, but you could see exactly what was happening. And you could see photographs, and a number of instances, people were showing photographs of themselves, showing them with packages of cocaine, with large quantities of money. And for a large number of investigations, not all of them, but for a large number of them, police had a relatively easy route to conviction.
And a fresh investigation was launched to find the mole's identity and stop a stream of information being leaked that could alert targets and destroy countless investigations. And it turned out to be Natalie Mottram, the Cheshire police worker who was feeding top-secret information to her gangland pals. Mottram, of Great Sankey in Warrington, was jailed for 3 years and 9 months at Liverpool Crown Court in 2023. The court heard she was working as an intelligence analyst at the North West Regional Organised Crime Unit when she was arrested on the 12th of June 2020. It emerged that 27-year-old Mottram had told Jonathan Kay about a covert investigation and that officers had intelligence on him. On the 24th of April that year, a friend of Kay's messaged another user to say he had learned that day about cops having cracked the messaging platform. And he messaged a second contact, "I know a lady who works for the police. This is not hearsay. Direct to me, they can access Encro software." He also mentioned key details revealing the cops' trawl of the software was running 48 hours behind real time and that they were probing firearms cases first. He told Care of his chat with Mottram. Her words were, "Are you an Encro?" I said, "No, why? I only sell a bit of bud." She said, "Cool, just giving you a heads up, because NCA now have access." Operation Venetic, which was run by the National Crime Agency, had a devastating impact on Scottish organised crime gangs and was pivotal in jailing cocaine kingpin Jamie Iceman Stevenson, but it could have come to nothing if the NCA mole hadn't been discovered.